Hey guys, and welcome to Tomo Plays the Stanley Parable. This is a fairly well-known game. It's been around for a while. I'm kind of behind the times playing it, but I want to play it. And it was discounted on Steam, so that made it even more reasonable for me to play it. So we're going to play it. Okay. The end is... The end is never the end. Interesting.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so I know this game is supposed to be really weird, and I've seen a little bit of gameplay, but I'm not gonna...
All of his co-workers
I don't
were gone.
remember much of it.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where's the meeting room? My mouse cable is getting stuck. Give me 1 second. Okay, that should be fixed. Meeting room? That's not a meeting room. Probably wouldn't be a meeting room. Meeting room? Meeting room? I mean, it's kind of obvious where I'm supposed to go, but... Yeah, no. I don't know why I just said that.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ah. Oh, yeah. This happens. Okay. Oh, no. Foreboding. I found the meeting room. Tips for not getting fired.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. I was trying to read those things, but it didn't last long enough. Broom closet?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Is there really nothing here? Or what? Why is there a radioactive symbol on a thing in an office building?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I don't know.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet.
Let's see how
He
long
wasn't
this
even
lasts.
doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Can I have the wrench?
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Can I have the broom? I was looking for a broom. I had reasons.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. but it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
I live here now.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Okay. Can you actually get a broom closet ending?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Oh, that's not
He
nice.
probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Well then. That is a very unpleasant thing to say.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
Okay,
right,
it was totally worth it.
That, just step out into the hallway.
That was good. That was worth it. Oh man. I didn't expect that. This game, man.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any work. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Upstairs? What happens when I go downstairs? You know what? We'll play it straight the first time. We'll play it straight. And then I know we can replay it and just find out what else happens. I never saw anybody play it straight. They always had to freak out. And executive bathroom, can I go in there? I've been in one of those. They're freaking amazing. The stalls are like 5 feet wide. And they have those little fancy things that wash your bottom.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Can I
Shocked,
sit in
unraveled, Stanley
chair?
wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Okay. I'm sure I'm just supposed to put that number in.
Stanley just sat around, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Those doors being shut, I mean the windows being shuttered is kind of concerning to me. Oh hey, it's a security camera. And now this looks like Left 4 Dead. It's just a wall. Is it? Whoa. What? Why? Why is that a thing? Okay. I'm concerned. It's probably a very bad idea.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I see.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay. Do I push the button? You didn't tell me to push the button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
That's ominous. Let's see. Camera button. That's it. Camera button. I mean, there's more you could have done here, but okay.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Oh, that's bright.
Their true nature revealed. Each bore
Patterns,
the number
patterns.
of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
So I guess I'm going this way, right? I got stuck. That was odd.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
What?
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible?
But where am
Had
I
he
going?
truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
You're so dramatic, and I love it.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Wow.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I get to break stuff? Cool. Let's break stuff. Let's see what we can do. What does this button do? I want to push it. What'd it do? What'd it do? Did it do anything? I see another button. I want to push it. I can't run. I'm fat and out of shape. I can't run. Oh, those buttons too? Button 1. Button 2. Can I go in here? Where's button 3? Which button is that? I can't read it. That's button 4. Where's 3? Frick. This is gonna take some doing. Are you button 3? Yes, you are, you sneaky little twerp. Okay, let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I'm out of ideas.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
I get to break stuff now? Let's do it. Oh, that was loud.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won.
What?
He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
I can see the sky.
Even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
I'm not controlling it anymore.
The feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Oh. So I guess that was kind of the way it was supposed to be played, quote unquote. I mean, you know what yep, I'm back in here, so it wants me to go back and try again. There are plenty of other choices to make, so I know that's really how the game is supposed to be played. But you know, the core storyline was what I just did, where you follow all the directions. But I'm gonna end that here, and maybe we'll come back to it later if people are interested. We can play other lines of that and see what all goes on. I know I didn't really talk much in this video because I didn't realize that the dude was going to be talking so much. I may have to just talk over him. I usually don't like to talk over other characters, but whatever. It was neat. What?
But Stanley simply couldn't
Oh, I
handle
accidentally
the
pressed
pressure.
E.
What if he had to make a decision?
What?
What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that.
I was trying to press W and I pressed E.
This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me.
I can't
And
open the
here
door
I can
now.
Be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
What? Okay, well I wasn't expecting that. That was an accident. I was trying to hit W and just walk forward, but I accidentally hit E, and apparently I have a 7-foot arm, so I just grabbed that door and closed it. Anyway, we might come back to this, we might not. I'll end up playing it eventually, whether I do a video of it or not. I'll try to talk more and be a little more interesting instead of just like, okay, we're going over here, we're going to do this, doing all that stuff. Yeah, so we're going to do that. And I like this game. It's fun. It's cool. It's unique and interesting. And okay, bye.